Hey guys, what's up? This is Mox here, back with another tips and tricks video. The montages they haven't been doing too well on my channel, so I thought I'd just switch it up a bit more, and because I have been experimenting with other types of videos, just seeing what works well, what doesn't, what gets good views, what isn't as interesting, and I'm just going to go back to some old favourites for the tips and tricks video. And in today's video, we're going to be giving you 2 tips for every single skill level in Bullet League. So we'll have 2 tips for beginners, 2 tips for intermediate players, and 2 tips for experts/pros out there. And trust me, you do not want to miss these tips, because some of these have never been mentioned before, especially the one near the end, which I'll obviously highlight to you when it comes. I have never heard anybody talk about this in Bullet League, but it's a Fortnite based tip that applies to Bullet League as well. That should help you not only play passively, but play aggressively if you wish to do that as well. But before we jump into that, make sure you drop a like, subscribe. I'm trying to hit 200 subs before the end of August. I want to get 200 subs before September. And a friendly reminder, I also respond to every comment down below, so if you want to talk about the video, if you want to give me suggestions, absolutely anything, just give me a shout down in the comments. Or if you'd like to speak privately, let me know your Discord tag down below. But that's it, guys. We'll see you in the video then. So, our first skill level is obviously beginner, or if you want to be horrible, noob. But yeah, these people have only been playing for a few days, a few hours, don't understand the basics of the game just yet. So if you aren't interested in hearing my lovely voice, my lovely English accent, and you aren't a beginner, then you might want to scooch over and skip over a little bit to the timestamp that will come up on the screen right now. But yeah, for all you beginners and all you true fans that stayed, here are the beginners tips. I noticed with a lot of beginners, they are either under or early aggressive. Under or overly aggressive, not early aggressive, you stupid dumb. Under or overly aggressive, so either them too passive or too aggressive. There's no, I didn't see a lot of beginners that have a good middle ground. Either they're trying to fight every pro and their mum in the middle of gem brawls where there's 32 people, or they're literally camping in a bush, you know what I mean? They don't have a good middle ground. They don't understand the good parts, the good times to fight, what's not a good time to fight. For example, if you're on, let's say you got full HP, but you got no shield, and then you see, let's say Crown or somebody, because this happens to me every single time, because Crown always seems to have full shield when I play with him. So let's see you're a beginner, you're Tim_69, and you're just running around. Timmy_69 is just running around. He's got health, a decent loadout, and then he sees Crown with full shield. What's he gonna do? Some of them just decide they want to fight them, or some of them will literally run away. And this isn't right. You want to get a bit of damage on them, but don't overcommit or try to rush them at all. Keep your distance. If you have to or want to take a fight with somebody has more health than you, then you want to get some damage in first. Burst rifle's great for this, because if you hit every single bullet with a burst rifle in friend brawls, it does roughly, I'd say 80% of your shield, and a good amount of your health as well. But yeah, it's burst rifle's a great weapon for that. AR, revolvers, so revolvers and burst rifles, or ARs if you want to, but I prefer burst rifles and revolvers, so they do high damage. And that's that for that. And the next one is, it's not a full tip, but I'm not going to explain this, go into depth with this, because then this video will be 20 minutes long, and I don't want that. So the next tip is to learn the basics of the game before you try to jump into competitive. This is if you're a beginner of the game. I want to express this. If you're a beginner of just competitive, you just started playing friend brawls, but you've been playing solos and grinding leaderboards for a good 2 weeks-ish, now that you want to get into competitive and become a top level player, then that's fine. But if you're not, if you haven't played enough of the game, if you haven't got at least 2 or 3 weeks of practice where you're comfortable and you're able to kill at least one person, please do not make the mistake I did and jump straight into competitive play. Now, obviously, everybody's welcome to Friend Brawls if you really want to do it. But if you honestly want to get good at this game, then I don't want to be harsh or anything, but just play normal solos. And the best way to learn the basics isn't just to play solos. I want you all to go over to Mike the Tundra's YouTube channel. Now, Mike not only has lots of Gem Brawl highlights where you can review good players, but he has Bullet League boot camps, which I don't think they really helped me or a lot of pros, but they are the most useful tips for new players. I'm gonna shove his YouTube channel on screen. I'll try and link it in the description, no promises. Just look up Mike the Tundra on YouTube, and you'll be right there. He's like the biggest YouTuber in our community, and really the biggest public figure in our community. So you could trust him to help you out. Plenty of tips and tricks videos there, plenty of content. Lovely guy to watch, so funny guy, and I hope he returns soon, as he hasn't been making too much, hasn't really been speaking too much lately. And now on to intermediate. Damn, this video is going to be way longer than I thought it was. But we have actually 3 for this. We'll have a little bonus one. So the first one is dropping weapons next to bushes. Now, I came up with this one all by myself. This isn't the super one that nobody knows about, but if you drop your weapon by pressing on it and dragging it out of your inventory, and then sit next to a bush, you don't need to camp, you don't need to be an asshole if you don't want to be, if you don't want to get shamed or anything. I completely understand, not a lot of people like campers. I personally don't care. I personally think it's a way of playing, and I completely accept it, as I like to camp myself, not all the time. But I understand and accept campers for who they are. But if you sit in a bush, you can get a good shotgun or burst rifle shots on them, which will absolutely change the tone of the fight for you. You can get easy kill, and well, yeah, basically easy kill because you should get loads of damage on them. This works best with weapons like the sniper, bazookas, and shields. You don't really want to drop like some random Uzi or something on the ground, because nobody's gonna want that piece of trash. You get what I mean? Yeah, so that's that. And then looting efficiently. This is something that people do not do enough. They don't do enough looting. They kind of like, how do I put it? They're more focused on fighting or killing other people, not fighting or getting a good position. When first season closes, you really want to be looking for all the loot and not really focusing on anything else really. So that's that. Just loot well. There's a video that Mike's got on that. I'll just throw it up now. Yeah, that's like the most in-depth looting guide I can provide you with. Like I said, I'd really like to go in depth with some of these, but in an Actor Shortens video, I'll just link you out to Mike's video on it. Mike is very good at explaining stuff. I am very bad at explaining stuff. So yeah, on to the next bit. It's now expert. Oh, I've got the bonus bit, sorry. Block crates whilst running away from people. So when you get chased because you're low health, turning around and blocking entries with crates is another good thing. So just running, and make sure you run in a way that they can't just shoot you in your back. Always be trying to change up position and stuff like that. Don't just be running straight in a line. You want to be like moving diagonally through passageways and stuff like that. So just getting good at being able to run away from people so you can get good heals off. Crates aren't used enough in that way. So there you are. Next bit, expert. Right, so this is the big tip that nobody has ever explained or touched on. It's called dead side rotates. So I'm gonna explain this in hopefully my next video or the one after that. Basically, if you've got the zone, let's say that the zone is let's say it's in crystal crates, just like let's say let's just say you see in the gameplay right now, Mike circles in crystal crates. The side he's on is the dead side, because everybody's been rotating and walking into the zone via Ancient Tomb, Pyramids, all the places around it, the places that haven't got a lot of people rotating in from, like the left side, will have like will have the least amount of people because nobody's rotating in from there, and there won't be as many people. So you can use that to play passively, or if you're an aggressive player, you can do the exact opposite and go to the chaotic side, which is the side that everybody rotated in from. I don't recommend that. You want to thrive. You can even take fights to dead side, because there'll at least be like maybe one there. If there's one there, you really want isolated fights. You don't want to get too caught up in a third party, fourth party, so on. You know what I mean? The next one is healing and storm to avoid fights. This is what I mean. I've seen lots of people healing and storm lately. I've got to admit, I kind of popularized that. Just saying. In a way, people don't use it people use it in a good way, but they don't use it in certain ways. Like if you are trying to run away from somebody or trying to avoid a fight, dipping into storm to take a few health to tank storm for a little bit will really help avoid the fight. But in a way, like I really don't know how to explain it. A lot of people just do it when they have to, if you know what I mean. You need to make it more of an option and do it as a way to avoid people, get extra placement in gem brawls. That's a good way to use it. When you know you're low on health, but you've got some health packets with those people around you, you can make moves into storm, you know. That's really all I have to touch on in this video. I know I wasn't able to explain Deadside very well. I'm gonna try and make a video on that. It's gonna be hard, but that's really all I have for you guys today. I'll see you guys next video. Like, sub, and if you've made it this far, I love you so much, because watching 12 minutes of me rambling on is hard. Bye.